Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plat, and welcome to another unit review. And this time we're going over my boy, my man, Lime Slime. Now, someone drew my attention, our boy Lime Slime here. Someone drew my attention to the fact that if I have an equipment on my unit, if I come over here to the meeting spot, and I take a look at the unit, and I go to their max stats, just like this, their stats will be different than if I do or don't have a sword. It will affect their final stats. So that's something that I've been messing up. I just didn't know. I assumed that this would show me a generic, not mine, hypothetically, if it was at max. So that's on me. So I will try to correct that going forward. If I forget, just keep that in mind if you see I have a weapon on it or not. But also the stats are always going to be, for a lot of these units, slightly off because there's difference in master ranks. And you know, mostly just going to be equipment and master rank. So things are going to be slightly different for those reasons. So if I'm not 100% right, if the stats are within 5 points, you know, you got the idea. Don't crucify me over that if you can, or do, you know, you guys don't let me tell you what to do. Anyway, we're going to get into Lime Slime, but just to avoid any confusion, we're going to go over when we have the option. We are going to go to the details of the actual pull itself because this is not affected by my stats. This is a post that they do. So we're going to use this. Lime Slime, let's jump into it. First, the stats. 394 HP. Bad. Not good. But this is a caster that's staying in the back line. And this 394 HP will go much further than it would on any other unit in the game, probably, with this much HP. And we'll get into why. 240 MP, that's reasonable. Not too bad, not too good. This unit would actually like a bit more MP, so getting some MP may not be bad. Attack 193, whatever. Defense 171, whatever. If he's getting hit with physical, he's dying, all right? Let's be honest, he's going to die. He has 394 and no defense. He's going to die if he gets hit by physical. Don't let him get to him if you can avoid it. 227 agility, not terribly good. For a slime that's pretty slow, slimes usually have pretty good agilities. Like, obviously this guy's higher, 316. 227 is not bad though, but a lot of slimes, especially the A slimes, have higher than that, it feels like. Wisdom 240, that's pretty good. That's okay. Again, it's still lower than I would like to see. Overall, I would give this guy's stats not great. However, this unit has something called a lot of things like that is like really good, and I think this unit is actually going to be pretty fantastic. But stats alone, I'm not super impressed. The First Awakening, what do they get here? Zap type spell potency plus 10%. Hey, 10% potency for all their zap stuff means if you give it a scroll, it'll affect more than just the zapple. I think that's pretty darn good. 10% potency is a big deal. Nothing to write home about, but it is still something that's nice. Now the resistances, where are the resistances here? They resist crack, half resist against crack and bang. Again, I like the bang resist. Very weak against frizz and zam. Super weak to sleep and spell lock. The spell lock kind of hurts. Immune to blind, half resist to curse and charm. Basically the typical slime stuff. The slime family all kind of has this similar. I'm sure there's a few exceptions, but for the most part, this is what it is. Now let's get into the abilities, the big meat and potatoes. First, the leader perk. Grants 10% slime spell potency to everyone in a 5x5 area, including the leader. This is huge. If you don't have certain S units that I know there's like, what, it's like White King or something, he has like plus 10% or something to all units or so. I don't know even what it does because I don't have it, but 10% slime spell potency to everyone in a 5x5, including himself, is huge. That is a lot, and he always hits himself every turn. So if he's the leader, he's always getting a huge benefit. 10% extra damage or potency, which is damage, is really good. Not to mention his wisdom stats pretty good. There's a slime scepter that gives a lot of wisdom and potency, so you're going to be really good there. Love that leadership perk. I think this leadership perk is phenomenal, especially obviously for a slime team, especially for a more budget-oriented team where you don't have these S units with maybe a superior version of this. This is the best A unit, I think, leader perk potentially. That, in my opinion. I'm sure someone in the comments will be like, well, what about Bear? I'm just making fun of you guys. I'm joking. I don't know, but this is one of my favorite leadership perks for sure in the game, period. Now, whoosh. Deal minor whoosh damage to all enemies in an area of effect. Coverage sucks, but it's not like garbage. It's just not good. It's fine, you know. You'll use it sometimes, but very rarely. Now, Magic Veil, this is only the second ability, and it's a big kahuna, so we're skipping it. We're gonna go to Zapple. Deal moderate zap type spell damage to one enemy. Very, very good damage here. Obviously, one awakening, suddenly they got plus 10%. They always get a passive plus 10%. They've got good wisdom. This thing is hitting really hard, especially, obviously, if you could find something that has weakness to it, which is where you're bringing this unit a lot of the time. This guy can just fucking snipe units down like a badass. So great damage. And also, if you look, every other awakening, they get another 5% potency. So that's huge. All right, so Magic Veil. This is the only unit with this ability in the game, which means it's unique, which means it's powerful. Sometimes it means it's niche, but let's take a look. Raises spell resistance of all allies in an area of effect for 3 turns. This is not niche. This is phenomenal all the time. Spell resistance is the only way to reduce damage from spells. Kabuff doesn't do it. This is Kabuff, but it's Kabuff for spells only. Kabuff doesn't affect your resistance to spells. No stat does. You can increase your wisdom, your agility, your defense. The only stat that resists spells is having more HP. It does damage that it doesn't get defended by anything. So having this is huge. And there's a few units that have or maybe it's only the lemon slime that has the magic resist. There might be more than one, but I know lemon slime has it. I don't know if anything else where it's spell resist on one unit. I think it might be the only one. This is the whole team. This is a 3x3 square. This is so huge. I think this unit could be absolutely insane in PvP, honestly. Being able to, obviously, if against a physical team, it sucks donkey balls, unless they're weak to zap, in which case it still can hold its own as a damage dealer. But if you're going up against a magic team, Lime Slime being able to make all your units take 15, 30, 45% less damage, that's the equivalent to a 45% more HP, right? If you're reducing all damage you're taking by 45%, that's like getting a huge HP buff. Combined with a healer, you could be almost invincible, I feel like, especially if you have like an Emperor Slime, right? Not only can you do all this, but you can also use a multi-heal to keep everyone alive. Although Emperor Slime is particularly bad against spellcasters because of his minuscule HP. He is the only unit in the game at max level with more defense than HP, which is kind of funny. Magic Veil, very good. Very good. Only unit with this currently. I think in the right team comps where you're going up, this is like a counter unit. If you see what you're going up against and they're going to be magic, this is a perfect unit to just hard counter their team. Maybe not hard counter it, but you can you could punch up with this ability, I think. I think if you're countering a spell team, you could beat teams much stronger than you think you would be able to, just because of this ability alone. So, what's next? Suggest equipment? I think it depends. I think if you're gonna go in and have Magic Veil as this guy's go-to spell, you want to cast it 3 times on as many units as possible. You might actually want to go with MP. You might want to get a pretty big MP chunk here. But typically, outside of that, where if he's going in as a damage dealer or even as a support, you're going to want HP in both cases because his HP is pretty low. Again, his HP goes further because he has the ability to resist magic, but his low defense could mean he could get sniped by some like killing machine with 3 movement that you're not accounting for that could one-shot him. Plus, he's weak to crack, right? No, he half resists crack, but he still probably dies because he's got no defense. But yeah, so I would say sometimes support, you're going to want HP MP. As a damage dealer, you're going to want Wisdom HP. So the Slime Dagger or Slime Scepter are actually both pretty good. The Slime Dagger sucks, but on this unit, I don't think it's actually that bad in all cases. As far as teammates, I think this would be pretty good against, or pretty good with, I think a good healer could be good if you have a, spell potency. I don't know if heals count as spells, but if you have Emperor Slime is obviously pretty good. You obviously, since he's a leader, you want other spellcasters. So Pickle Slime is really good. Drake Slime is really good. I'm trying to think. Is the Dragon Slime have a martial ability? But basically, just look for magic spellcasters. And if you're going in with the idea of doing as much zap damage as possible, Slime Shroom also, I believe, has Zapple. It might be Zamel, actually. Point is, I don't have all the perfect information, but you can tell by that leader ability. Spell potency is really good. However, if you're going to use him as a support and not as a leader, where he's just keeping all your units alive from spell damage, then basically, just get your heavy damage dealers that normally would get evaporated. by magic with, you know, lower HPs but really high attacks, high movements, and suddenly you can give them a lot more oomph. Quick demo of abilities. Let's go. I'm going over my list right here. Could I edit this part out? Fuck yeah. But if Plat has an excuse to not do a little bit of work, you better believe he's gonna fucking take it. All right, let's go to Verse Quest. We'll go up against Great Troll like we always do. Why don't I go up against Killing Machine? Because I'm gonna fucking lose against that. Can we show off Lionheart today? Oh, you know what? We can actually do... They're both in this one, right? Here we go. Let's just do this. I don't know if I'll win or not. Probably not, but... At least I'll be able to show you the abilities, show what kind of damage he's capable of. Ideally, hopefully something's weak against Zapple here, but even if not, we'll still be able to do something. Boom, 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 boom. We're gonna keep you here. You guys are all gonna go over there. You guys are gonna switch. I'm actually gonna put you here. Let's not put it on auto. Fast. Let's go. I don't actually... How fast is he? Not as fast as Lionheart. Dude, look how fast this guy is. Slime Slash, you know what? Go and smack him. These guys actually aren't going to do any fucking magic damage, unfortunately, but it's okay. Oh, dude, look, we can actually change his AI because he wanted to come up there. That's fun. Again, we're not necessarily trying to win this fight. We're just kind of showing off. Half resist, unfortunately, but... Oh, look, they actually all resist everything that he does. Oh, that's so sad. But we'll go ahead and Zapple still. So, keep in mind, I would do double this. It would do 180, 200 damage. Bring it on, loser. Can you hit this guy? I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know. These are the guys I'm trying to level. I don't even know what they do, but I'm trying to get through the beast road, you know? So, except this guy right here. Look at this guy. This guy does some fucking damage, bro. 135, 130. This unit actually has... I'm going to do a review on this unit soon, so not to spoil it, but this guy has the highest attack out of any free-to-play unit in the game, besides one bullshit unit. All right, Slineheart. We're going to lose this hardcore, by the way. This is actually like the worst fight to demo, but we're just showing off the abilities that we can kind of get an idea of what they do. Half resist, half resist. All right, bro. This is the worst fight. Everything resists the two elements that I brought. Let's go. Slineheart's not even putting up a good show. He's actually going to get like 2-shot here. Slineheart's not very tanky at all. He just does an insane amount of damage. And obviously when they half resist his strongest 2 attacks, that's not exactly ideal. Oh, here we go. We can actually go up against this guy right here, see how much he does. Magic Veil just doesn't help during this fight, but just to show you what it does. So you can see it's a 3x3 square here. Boom. We'll just use it. Spell resist up. It's actually a great way to... is that what you call a good attack? Now, if we come here and zoom, spell resist 15% up. So it does go 15, 30, 45%. 45% is huge. All right, let's just lose this. So, overall, what are going to be my opinions at the end here when I listen to the sad music? Lime Slime is, I think, maybe the best A unit introduced into the game in a banner so far. I think King Bubble Slime is probably better. King Bubble Slime is just a free-to-play godsend, honestly. But Lime Slime does a lot. It's just such a viable damage dealer and such a viable support. Like, it does such a good job in both those roles, while also being a ridiculously good leader for a slime team. And even if it's just like a team that you're trying to do budget and you have this, his leadership ability synergizes with himself so well. It doesn't matter if you have a bunch of units that are getting a benefit out of it. Look at, he's the last guy alive, being a fucking god, doing almost 200 damage. Let's go, bro. But yeah, overall, I'm gonna give Lime Slime a... I mean, he's no 10 out of 10. I think he's an 8 out of 10. If King Bubble Slime's a 9 out of 10, which I don't remember what I gave him, but he should be a 9 out of 10. He's a fucking godsend of a unit. I think that Lime Slime is an 8 out of 10 unit. And as for the slime ranking, there is a Lime Slime, there is a Lemon Slime, and it's not Lemon Lime Slime, but let's be honest, it's a 10 out of 10, is a slime. I hope to see Lemon Lime Slime in the future, or at least just have a sprite, and that'll give me the same vibe. Anyway, Friends, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much. For platypus is for platypus. Let me know if you liked the video. Let me know what you want me to change, how you want me to improve. Let me know how you want me to get worse. If you're like, you're doing this too good and it's embarrassing, I want you to be slightly worse because I'm self-conscious. That's cool too. Just let me know. Anyway, until next time, see you guys for the next unit review.